not much for giving inspirational addresses.
I don't know what to say, really.
Bring it in, guys.
Let me tell you something you already know.
Go to overtime, the Spurs and the Dallas Mavericks. The Spurs, overtime this year, 0-2, lost to Memphis and Phoenix. 0-3, I should say. And there's another look at that play with Keldon Johnson.
Okay, well, let's take a look at this one. Go ahead and run it. Keldon's going to act like he's setting a screen there. Now freeze it right here. This is what Kleba sees. He sees this man coming off, and he sees Keldon moving this direction, so he jumps out just enough, and there's Keldon for the lob.
Whoops.
That is
perfect.
Clean.
Keldon Johnson with 27. Early in the game, Sean said he may get 30. Well, hopefully he does, even if it takes overtime, as the Spurs, after giving up a 9-point lead, come back, get a dunk from Keldon Johnson to send it into overtime.
The other part that I didn't watch was just the pressure on the ball at that point. You got to have your biggest guy there and not allow that pass to be even inbound. You actually have to force that pass a certain direction.
Branham, and he is fouled here by Hardy. The Spurs, Keldon Johnson leading the way, all 5 starters with double figures.
Also, the pressure on the ball. Powell's out of position. He's got to be right here, forcing the pass this way. There's you got to pay attention to all the details in a situation like that. You can't just be behind there looking to see what's going on. He's got to make that pass go toward the corner where you can trap it, you can suffocate a shooter.
This is the Mavericks' 8th overtime game. They're 3-4. Johnson, everything but in for Keldon that time. Josh Green, corner 3. Side of the glass, rebound Branham. Malachi attacking, throws it up, and finally a whistle. He got tripped up going to the basket.
Well, no one really. I think Green was a little out of position there. Malachi's looking to give the ball up. Everybody's covered, but there's no one in the lane, so he turns on the Jets.
Branham was 16, his first free throws tonight. Spurs 13 of 24 from the line, just 54%. Mavericks 31 of 35. But remember that miss by Hardy?
That was big. It was huge.
And then Keldon ends up getting the dunk that sends it to overtime.
Yeah, you don't always get to redeem yourself so quickly.
Right.
That was a nice turnaround for Keldon.
Exactly.
So true. Spurs take the lead on Branham's 17th point. On them both. 4:20 to go in the extra session. A game the Mavericks really need. Jones out front, guarding Hardy. Here's Christian Wood with Johnson on him. They both have 5 fouls. And Wood takes advantage of that. Ties it at 123. Trey Jones attacks Wood. Mamu for 3. Off the iron. Rebound comes to Josh Green.
I like the shot, though. Good miss. It's the back iron. He's not short-arming that shot. He's not shooting a scared shot.
Christian Wood for the jumper. That's another 2. Mavericks take the lead by a pair. 3:28 and counting here. Devontae Graham with it out front. Graham with 13 points tonight. He's hit 4 threes. Gives it back here to Malachi. Branham in the paint, spins, goes up, little short. Tipped by Mamu, wouldn't go. Bullock comes away with it. Jason Kidd directing from the sidelines as Hardy brings it across.
They got to go back to Christian Wood. He just got a wide-open jumper.
And the guy guarding him's got 5 fouls. They go to Green. He spots Bullock for 3.
That was a completely broken play there. It's not what they wanted. still get a three ball out of it.
128, 123. 7 straight for Dallas. Johnson lost the handle going to the rim.
Sean, I feel like you were questioning why Wood comes off the bench and is sitting there with 27 now. Are you questioning it even more?
Yeah.
I feel like this game is more confusing.
Well, maybe that's his role.
I mean, some people are just
And they
better
don't want
off
to
the
change it.
bench.
Well,
Right.
Listen, I understand when Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic are out there because they're shooting all the shots, and so he's not going to get anything. He's going to starve out there. So it makes sense when those two are out. But when those two are out, he's their main scorer. He's their leading scorer right now.
9 straight for Dallas. They take a 7-point lead, their largest lead of the entire game, with 2:18 to go in overtime.
And that's an old Laker play right there. And then we have that play between Dave and Tim where you have a big guy setting a screen for another big, and the screener rolls to the basket.
Take a look at how we got here with the Spurs and the Mavericks both missing key players, but incredibly competitive game. And starts with the foul here on Keldon Johnson. The Spurs down 2. They appealed, did not win the challenge, and then Keldon trying to miss and get the rebound, and Dallas throws it out of bounds. And the Spurs get it back, call timeout, advance the basketball. Didn't actually need to because the ball was thrown out. Get the dunk to send it to overtime. Got the first 2 in overtime from the free throw line by Branham. He's got 18, but it's been all Dallas since, with 9 straight. Christian Wood leading the way, and Powell with 22, and Green 21.
It's just been an emotional roller coaster for these guys. I think you have the game in the bag. Looks like our guys had this game about 4 minutes left or so, had a nice lead. They were in control. Dallas comes back and make all the free throws in the comeback. Then you think it's lost after Keldon misses those 2 free throws in the lob.
Graham gives it up, gets it back. Oh, Powell guarding him in the corner. What a pass. Johnson misses on the jumper, though. Dallas did a pretty good job of scrambling defensively there.
Well, Devontae couldn't. He was locked up in the corner. He couldn't see that Mamu had popped to the wide open spot. There wasn't a soul around him. See Mamu there, and he's absolutely wide open. That cross-court pass is very